Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Are you hearing me, students? Please reply. Walaikum assalam, all of you. Okay, very nice of you. You are hearing me. You know that we are going to discuss another English language topic today. I'm waiting for some other students to join my class. After that, I will start my today's lecture. Okay. So please wait for a while. You all know very well that from Monday onwards, we will have our regular physical classes in the school. So you should be very much regular in that classes so that we will um, discuss about all the topics there, the remaining topics which are left for English literature and English language both. So you should be there regular basis, and you should do the work on regular basis. You should bring your English literature and English language journals with the book of literature on Monday. You all know that we have done many topics here in the online classes of English language, and we are doing English literature in the physical classes. But now onwards, that from Monday there will be regular physical classes, so we will do English literature and English language both there in the physical classes. Okay, so you should do all work on time. Now I'm going to start my today's lecture. This is again English language lecture. You know that I'm Mrs. Shafshin Imran. This is lecture number 9, and our topic is essay writing. You all know that we have done previously the format of application writing and the format of letter writing. We have already done, and I hope you are doing continuously the practicing for writing applications and letters in your home in your rough notebooks. So please, I want you to be you to have your rough notebook here so that you will note down the important points about the essay writing. Okay, and you have done many types of essays before in previous classes, but not under the heading of some particular kind. Okay, so we are discussing here the essay writing, and I want to discuss about the types of essays here. Okay, now the topic is essay writing. I want to give you the definition first. An essay is a short piece of writing on a particular subject. It means a particular subject or the topic has been assigned, and a person has to write important points about that topic, and this is called the essay writing. It is a short piece of writing on a particular subject. Now there should be you should know some steps how to write an essay, like application writing, like letter writing. Similarly, there are certain steps of essay writing which we must follow, otherwise we will do mistakes. Okay, so you should follow all the steps. I'm going to discuss them one by one. The number one is brainstorm the topic. Brainstorm the topic means note down all points that come to mind about the topic. It means whenever we say that brainstorm the topic, it means we give you time to think about the topic, and those points which come to your mind related to the topic, you should note down in the rough notebook. This is the first step of writing an essay. Second step is to research the topic. Research means collect information about the topic. And you can see, you all know very well that there are many means to collect the information about the topic. Like the easiest mean nowadays is to use the internet. Okay, otherwise if there is no internet, then you have other sources as well. Like you can take the help of different books, different magazines, newspapers. Okay, you and take the help of the different books from the library. These are some of the sources which I'm telling you, but most important and the easiest one is internet. Okay, and when you are collecting the information about different topic, you have to note down that information again here in your rough notebook. Then the third step is to develop the main content. Develop the main content means the important points. Sort out important points. When you collect the information about the topic and from different sources, then you have to sort out it, and you have to collect the important points or write the important points on another page or another area, so that you will collect the important points, not the extra points. Okay, now there are some more steps to write an essay. The fourth one is outline the essay. Outline the essay means you have to decide about the points for each paragraph. You know that essay must contain at least 3 paragraphs or more than 3 paragraphs. So you should divide the points which you have collected, the important points for each paragraph. Okay, because in each paragraph you must write different points. I hope you are understanding what I mean to say. Now, the fifth one, it is the last part or last steps to write an essay. That is, write an essay in which you have to compile all points in the form of paragraphs. Okay, when you will decide about that, which points you are writing in different paras, then it will be easier for you to write the points in different paragraphs by compiling all the points. I hope you have understood till here. Now I'm moving to the parts of an essay. There, it means whenever we write different paragraphs, it means these are called the parts of an essay. Okay, there are 3 parts of an essay: introduction, body, and conclusion. You all know that introduction is actually the first paragraph of an essay. Body is the second paragraph of an essay, which is actually, or it can be divided into 3 or 4 sub paragraphs. Okay, short paragraphs, you can say that, 3 or 4 short paragraphs. Then the third one is the conclusion, and conclusion is the last paragraph of the essay, in which we are winding up all the points which we have already written in the essay. But I want to say one more thing, that whenever you write the introduction, you should write some important points or some quotes related to the topic, so that it will get the attraction of the reader. Okay, and for conclusion, again you should write a quote or the points which are so much strong points or the attractive ones, so that the reader should remember your essay forever. Now, first of all, I'm discussing the introduction, okay, which is the first paragraph of an essay. You all know it very well. The introduction of an essay is written in the first paragraph, which I have already told you. And introduction include the important point, the most important point, which is related to the topic. Or you can say the background we can add related to the topic. The introduction should attract the reader's attention. It means whenever a person is reading your essay, it should be so much attractive by the points, not by the artwork. Okay, remember that the point should be so much strong that it can catch the reader's attention, and reader wants to read the complete essay. Then there is a important point. There's another important point: a dialogue, information or a quote can be written. You can use these three things here in the introductory paragraph so that it could get the attention of the reader. I hope you have understood till here. Now I'm moving to the body part of the essay. The body part is actually the central part or the middle part of an essay, in which is divided into many paragraphs. Okay, so that you can describe all about all your points in different paragraphs. The body of an essay explains or describes the topic, which I have already told you that the description about the topic has been written here in the body part of the essay. Each main idea in the outline is written in separate paragraph. If you remember, I have told you in the step that outline the essay. Outline the essay means whenever you collect the important point or you decides about the important point so that they could be written in separate paragraphs. The main idea of each point has to be written in the beginning of the paragraph. Each paragraph begins by writing the main idea, which I have already told you. Whatever the information you have collected, the most important point must be written in the beginning of the paragraph. Next point is all supporting ideas are written in the same paragraph. It means all the information which is supporting the main idea or which is related to the main idea, it should be written in the same paragraph. It means whenever you write the first paragraph of the body part, you have to start with the main idea, and the supporting ideas related to that main idea must be written in that paragraph. And when you start the second paragraph, the main idea would be different and the supporting ideas would also be different for the second paragraph. Similarly, if you are writing third paragraph, are you listening me, students? Again, please tell me in the chat box so that I can understand and I can continue my lecture. Okay, very nice of you, Zefa, Fozia, very nice of you. Now, I was discussing, you know, that there is a continuous net problem. So please try to understand it. And I was explaining that we have to, whenever we write the body part of an essay, we have to select the main idea for each paragraph. If we have 3 paragraphs, it means we have 3 main ideas, and the supporting ideas for each paragraph must be written in the same paragraph. Okay. So you should be very careful when you are collecting the information about any topic. Now we come to the conclusion, that is the concluding paragraph of an essay. This is the last paragraph. We cannot say third one because we can divide the body paragraphs into many So the conclusion means the last paragraph of an essay. The conclusion brings the end of the topic. It means you are ending the topic here in the concluding paragraph. The conclusion of an essay is written in the last paragraph. Okay. You should know that conclusion is actually the last paragraph. It sums up all the ideas about the topic. It means it can be written to wind up all the points. Okay. It should consist of some strong sentences. Like I have told you in the introductory paragraph, you should have some strong sentences to be written here. And similarly, in the concluding paragraph, you should write some strong sentences to get the attraction of the reader. And if you want, so that the reader can could remember everything, whatever you have written here. It should these sentences keep the place in the reader's mind. If they are strong sentences, if they have some meaning, and if they give some lesson, then reader always remember those sentences. I hope you have understood till here. Can you tell me please in the chat box whether you have understood or not, so that there should be, I will move further to the kinds of essays. Okay, there are actually three kinds of essay, okay, which I'm discussing here. The descriptive essay. Okay, very nice of you. Fatma, actually there is a problem of internet connection. Okay, so I'm trying it should be uh, similar. Now descriptive essays, first one, the second one is narrative essay, and the third one is compare and contrast essay. Okay, these are three types of essays. I'm going to discuss them one by one. First of all, I'm going to discuss descriptive essay. A descriptive essay describes a person, place, or a thing. You can see that from the name, it can be easily understood that it describes a person. It means we are writing the description of a person, a place, or a thing. A descriptive essay includes important details about the person, place, or thing in such a manner that the readers can create a picture in their mind about the person, place, or thing being described. It means whenever we write the descriptive essay, we must write the description of the person, place, or thing in such a manner that if the reader has not met that person or has not seen that thing or the place, then he or she could imagine or make a picture in their minds. Okay, it should be so much clear description. Details to be written about person. Whenever you write about some person, about any person, then some details should be added in your essay, like general description. Moving from general to specific. General to specific means whenever you describe a personality, you have to write some introductory paragraph generally about different personalities, and then you come to your favorite one, or uh, to the to come to the point or about the personality you are going to write. Then second is physical description. Physical description means you have to write about the face of the person, his build, his clothes, his expressions, his behavior, whatever you want to write. These things should be included in the physical description of the person. Then personality traits, which includes the habits, the attitude, and the behavior of the person, how how he wants to talk, how he behaves with people, how he talks with the people. Okay, these things should be added whenever you write about the person. Details to be written about places or things. Whenever you are given the topic to write something about any place or anything, then these details should be added here. Physical description, moving from general to specific. General means whenever you introduce or you write the introduction about different places, then you come to the specific place, whatever you want to describe. Then characteristics, moving from general to specific. These means properties. Okay, it also it will also be written in the form of from general to specific. Finer details like size, like color, like shape, like texture, and the structure. These qualities are used whenever you describe anything, okay, in the essay. Atmosphere, it is written whenever you describe the place. Qualities, you can whenever you describe a thing or the object. Thing or object is the same here. You have to write the qualities of these things or the objects. Now one thing which you should remember, that in 9th or 10th classes we are not going to describe any things, like we are going to describe the things in class 1 2 3. Okay, but no, but places we can describe here. Okay, and the persons, like whenever you write some important points about different places or about different personalities. Now there are some topics for descriptive essay I'm giving you here. You have to practice these essays in your rough notebooks. Okay. The first is the teacher I remember, or you can write in the form my favorite teacher. Okay. You have to describe his or her personality as well, how she is teaching or what is her behavior. You have to add all the descriptions here in this topic. Now, second topic which I am going to give you here, my favorite uncle or aunt. You can describe the personality of your uncle and your aunt as well, and how much you are close to him or her. Now, third is my favorite personality. Are you listening me, students? Again, there is a net problem. Please reply, hurry up in the chat box. Okay, Fatma, very nice of you. Now, I was discussing the topics of some topics of the descriptive essay. The third one is my favorite personality. You can write about any personality, which is your favorite. Then I have told you we can describe the places. So the fourth is the historical place. You can describe any historical place like Mohenjo-daro, like Harappa, or like whatever you want. The fifth one is a scenic place. Scenic place means a park or seaside, whatever you want. Okay. I hope you are understanding till here. Now I move to the second type of essay, which is a narrative essay. Okay. A narrative essay is focused on telling a story. Narrative means whenever you are describing an incident, okay, in the form of a story. Narrate means to tell. A narrative essay includes important details about the incident. Incident maybe an accident, maybe a memorable day, memorable annual function, okay, your party, any party, birthday, Eid celebration. Many things can come here in the under the heading of narrative essay. Now, details to be written which should be added here in the essay. When and where the event incident took place. It means you have to write the place and the date of the incident which took place. What happened? Includes significant details. It means the important details you have to add here. Or if you are narrating about one day or one day incident or one memorable day, then you have to write all the details about the whole day from the beginning till the end. What is its significance at personal level, societal level, and country level? It means you have to write about the importance of that in the introduction or in the conclusion paragraph, about that how the peoples are attracted or how the people are affected. Okay, you have to write the details here. Now, tips to be applied. It means these are some important techniques to be applied to write a narrative essay. Make an outline of the plot. It means you have to write an outline or the, you can say web, okay, of the plot, what which things you will add in the essay. You have to be you have to write the outline in your rough notebook first. Then describe the important characters. If what which characters are there on the day which are very much important. For example, if the birthday of any person is there, so you have to add the details about that person, what he or she is wearing, how was her or his excitement. Okay. Now describe the scene, describe the arrangement as well. If you are writing about the birthday party, you have to describe the arrangement. If you are describing an accident, you will have to write the details about the surrounding area. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now I'm coming to the topics for the narrative essay. There are some topics which I'm going to give you. You have to do the practice for these topics. The first one is a road accident. Okay, this is the most important topic. You can see that. The second one is a memorable day. Memorable day means birthday, Eid day, annual function, whatever is more memorable to you, you can write anything. An unforgettable day, which you can not forget. Okay, this can be any celebration, any kind of celebration, or any incident or accident as well. Here you can write about that. The fourth one is a terrible earthquake. Okay, it means you have to write about the earthquake here. Okay, what happened, how it happened. Uh, you have to write the details about the earthquake, how much people, how much things, how many things are affected, how the people are affected. The fifth one is a horrible dream. It means if you have seen some any dream or which was very much terrible or horrible, and when you woke up, what was your situation, what was your condition, you have to write about everything. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. Now please tell me whether you have understood or not, so that I will continue the remaining part of the essay writing. Now, please write here in the chat box. I want your replies. Now, I move to the compare and contrast essay. This is the third kind of essay. This, okay, Bisma, very nice. You have given me the reply. Now, compare and contrast. You can easily understand that there is a comparison between two things. Okay, it means we are describing two things which are opposite here in these essays. A compare and contrast essay includes the similarities and the differences between two things. Okay, we can write the similarities between the two things and we can write the differences between the two things. Now, there are some topics which I want to describe here for compare and contrast essay. I'm not adding here the details, what to write, because you can easily understand whenever I am describing the topics. Now, I have given you the first topic, city and village life. You all know that city and village are totally opposite places. Okay, you know that a lot of technology and advancement is there in the city life, and village life is so much simple. So whenever you write about the similarities and the differences about the city and village life, it is very easy to write, because I have already told you how to collect the details about the topic. Okay, whenever you collect the details, then you can easily write the compare and contrast essay about these topics. Now, one more thing which you can add here, the introduction and conclusion, it should be very much precise and very much having the strong points. Now, one more thing, that those people who are living in the villages and those people who are living in the cities, you have to describe their lifestyle as well. The technology advancement can be added, but you can also describe their lifestyle. Okay, and one more thing, whenever you write the something about the city life, okay, for example, you are writing about the uh, technologies which are present in the city life, you write in the first para, and it means the body part. And whenever you write the things opposite to it, then you will write in the third para. It means when you are writing about the city life and the village life, you have to make separate paragraph for city description, and for village description you have to make the separate paragraph. Whenever you describe one quality of city, then on the in the next paragraph you have to describe the opposite quality of the village in the second paragraph. Then when you come to the third paragraph, you will again write about the city life, and when you come to the fourth paragraph of the body part, you will again come to the village life. Okay, I hope you have understood what I am saying you here. Now, in the next topic which I want to give you, blessings and curses of science. It means blessings, the advantages and the things which are useful, and curses, which that means the disadvantages and the things which are harmful, which are the actually the inventions of science. Okay, remember that it means the things invented, and we are writing about the blessings and the curses, how they are useful for us and how they are harmful for us. The third point which I want to discuss here, advantages and disadvantages of computer. You all know that computer is very much important for us nowadays. You all know that if there is no computer, how can we take the online classes? And if there is no internet, it is impossible for us to join with you. Okay, so you have to write about the advantages and disadvantages. Now remember that you have to write the blessings in the separate paragraph, curses in the separate paragraph, advantages in the separate paragraph, and disadvantages in the separate paragraph. Now the fourth topic is uses and abuses of mobile phones. Okay, you know that mobile phones are very much common here nowadays, and use how we use it, how we abuse it. You have to write the description in different paragraphs. Next topic is advantages and disadvantages of internet. You know that internet is available everywhere nowadays, and but whenever you describe it, you write about the compare and contrast between the advantages and disadvantages. You should write in the separate paragraphs. Okay, and remember that whenever you write the details in the body paragraphs, then you have to make use at least 3 paragraphs in the body part. Okay, but whenever you write the compare and contrast essay, body paragraphs must be 4, 6. Okay, like that, in which you are writing their similarities and the difference. Now I have explained all the kinds of essay here which we have to discuss or which are included in your syllabus. I hope you have understood everything. If you want to ask anything now, you can ask me here. I'm waiting for your replies. If you want to ask anything, please ask me in the chat box, right here in the chat box. Okay, everything clear? Okay, very nice of you. I want to inform you one more time that there was some net connection disturbances, but I hope you have understood because I have explained all the points about the essay writing. Now you should practice in your rough notebooks. I have given you many topics. You can take other topics from different books from net and then do the practice and learn them. Okay. One more thing which I want to discuss. I hope you are listening me clearly. I was discussing. My voice is coming or not? Please reply. Hurry up. Are you listening me? Okay. Actually, there was a continuous net problem. So what can I do? I can't do anything. Please try to understand this problem. And I was telling you that I have explained all the points about the essay writing, and we have discussed the three kinds of essays. So please do practice in your rough notebooks for the topics which I have given you, and collect some more topics from different area sources. I will also give you some more topics to write the essays, and I will upload the video of this lecture on the Google Classroom. So go through the video, because some of you are again late in the class. So please go through that video, so that if you have got any confusion, it will be solved there. I was I want to tell you again that from Monday onwards, there will be regular physical classes. So please, you should be regular there, and you should have your language literature journals as well as literature books with you, so that you should know that we will do literature and language both subjects there, and everything will be done in the physical classes. Okay. Till today, we have done the literature work in the physical classes and language in the online classes. But from Monday, we will do literature and language both in the physical classes. So you should be regular. Do you want to ask anything? Plus, because there is no time left. Anything which you want to ask? I'm waiting. If you want to ask anything, that you can ask. I will upload the video of this lecture. You know that there will be no assignment today. So see this video. Okay, now I'm going to end my lecture here. I hope there is no problem. Allah Hafiz.